Hello everyone and welcome back to the FRC Historian. Today I'll be making a video about the 2012 Einstein field. I'm covering this because one, I've always wanted to, and two, because of how close Infinite Recharge is to this game, with a endgame balancing mechanism, as well as you can pick up more than one type of game piece and you have to shoot them into a higher low goal. It almost felt necessary to cover this with how close the two games are. Unfortunately, the one thing I do need to say ahead of this was that there was an altercation that happened during the championship, specifically in the Einstein rounds, where a former member of a team wanted to show how they thought that the FMS was bad by connecting to specific robots during it and shutting them down. This did happen. FRC did do an investigation into it after the championship and found that one person was at fault for it. I felt the need to mention this because one, sadly it is a part of the FRC history of 2012, as well as the fact that if you're watching the video you will see that certain robots are shut down and that the scores are a lot lower than, say, the divisional rounds. This video will not be a critique or a commentary on the events that happened or the decision that FRC made. I'm in agreement with what they did. However, I feel like it would be wrong to not mention this at all. So thank you for hearing that. And now let's go on to the 2012 Einstein field. In 2012, here's some fun facts. First off, with the teams who won, Captain 180 Spam, first pick 25 Raider Robotics, and second pick 16 Bomb Squad. Now of these teams, some fun facts about this championship include that this was the last year where a 4-numbered team didn't win, as in 1,000 or above. Some other things from this championship: on the Einstein field, teams 2056 and 1114, the Canadian dynamic duo as I like to call them. This was one of 3 times where they've ever teamed up at Worlds, where this is the only time where they ever won their division. This going on to the Einstein field. Now with those out of the way, let's go into our Archimedes division. The captain of our Archimedes division would be, you guessed it, 2056 OP Robotics. OP Robotics would start off their 2012 season, like they would many others, at the Greater Toronto East Regional. Here they would rank 3rd, here going 15-1-1, be picked up by the number 1 captain, Symbotics. Them in 12-19 would win both quarterfinals, lose the first semifinal, win the next 2, and go on to win in the finals to become Greater Toronto East champions. They went undefeated in the qualification rounds, only lost 1 in semis, and became champions of the Greater Toronto East Regional. They'd go on to the Waterloo Regional, where here they would be ranked 4th, be picked up by number 1 Symbotics, and they would win here too, going 6-0 in the playoffs, becoming regional winners. They would also win the Regional Chairman's Award here. They'd go on to the Greater Toronto West Regional, ranking 7th, actually captaining the number 6 alliance, along with teams 2200 and 4001. Here they would go on to the semis, where they would win blue bumpers, and then beat the number 1 alliance against 3161, 1114, and 2634. On the Archimedes division, they would be ranked 2 and captain the number 2 alliance. They would pick everyone's favorite Symbotics, 1114. They would have the same numbers of OP this year, 5, and they would start off their season the same way OP did, by winning the Greater Toronto East Regional. Here they were ranked 1st. They went 15-2. Instead of tying a match in the quals, they actually lost one. Here they would be the Regional Chairman's Award at this regional, and they would win, also garnering both Dean's finalist spots for their team and becoming regional winners. They'd go on to the Waterloo Regional, where you guessed it, they were 1st and 1 with OP. Then they went on to the Greater Toronto West Regional, where they were ranked 2. They would say yes to the number 1 alliance, and they would get out in the finals against OP, and then be picked. They're actually ranked 66th in the Archimedes division, but they were such an amazing team, and OP had such a history with them that of course OP and Symbotics were going to team up. On to their 3rd bot. Interesting fact about this bot: 4334 Alberta Tech Alliance. This team was quite an interesting team. Their strategy this year, which would be interesting to see in 2020's game, was that they would feed balls to Symbotics on the field. This team was a rookie team this season. They would start off at the Greater Toronto East Regional, where they would be part of the number 6 alliance. They would win the Rookie All-Star Award, highest rookie seed award, and Cooperation Award, getting out in the semis. Onto the Archimedes division, would be their 2nd competition they go to, would be Worlds. Here they would be picked up by them as ranked 16th, their 2nd pick of this alliance, And how would this alliance do? Well, they would win both quarterfinals, win both semifinals, and go up against a very powerful number one alliance of the Hot Team 67, Wave Robotics 28-26, and their second pick 41-43. They would lose the first match 103 to their 106, then they win the next two 115 to 97, and 94 to 72, having a tremendous triple balance, which was able to do so much good for them. Now let's go on to our Curie division. Now, if you've never heard of the Curie curse, it was a self-attributed thing for the Curie division. One fun fact about the Curie division was until 2014, no alliance coming from the Curie division had ever won the championship. Here, let's look at our 2012 Curie division. This would actually be our world finalists, and the captain of this alliance would be Team 233, the pink team out of Florida. This alliance, captained by the pink team, let's look at how the pink team did starting off the season. This alliance would be number 2 as well as the OP Symbiotics alliance. Now here with the pink team, they would start off at the Orlando Regional. They would rank second, captain the number 2 alliance alongside 86 and 1592, where here they would win the regional, upsetting in the finals. Actually, they would upset Team 180 in the finals. Remember them. They become Regional Chairman's Award winners and regional winners. They would go on to the Boston Regional, where here they would rank 6th, be picked up by the number 1 alliance, where they would win both quarterfinals, win both semis, win both finals, become regional winners, as well as Excellence in Engineering Award winners. They would go on to the Curie division, rank 2nd, captain this alliance, and pick, you guessed it, 987, the High Rollers out of Nevada. This season for the High Rollers, they would start off at the Los Angeles Regional. They would rank 1st. You guys would go 15-0, pick Depth Penguineers 17-17 and 35-12. Go 6-0 in the playoffs. This team would go undefeated, 9-0 in the qualifications, 6-0 in the playoffs. All-around score of 15-0-0. Become regional winners as well as Innovation and Control Award winners. Go on to the Las Vegas Regional before going into the World Championship. They would rank 1st, win the Woody Flowers Finalist Award, become regional champions alongside teams 32-45 and 28-44, going 6-0 in the playoffs, going undefeated into here. One thing you may not know is, of course, in 2018, finishing off their season at the Houston World Championship, Team 254, the Cheesy Poofs, would become the first ever team to go undefeated in official match play. The High Rollers this year almost did the same, only losing 3 matches, and once I get closer into the Einstein, I will go over that and let you know a little bit more about it. As I said, they become Woody Flowers Finalist Award winners, regional winners, Industrial Design Award winners, and Website Award winners. Onto the Curie division, they would be ranked 3rd, and they'd be picked up by the pink team. They would need one more team to finish them out, this being Team 207. Now, the Metal Crafters out of California would start off their season at the Los Angeles Regional. Here, they would become ranked 49th, going 4-7, be part of the number 6 alliance, and get knocked out in the quarterfinals. They would win the Engineering Inspiration Award, however. They would go on to the Curie division, where here they would actually rank 85th and be picked up by this alliance. How would the alliance fare? Here they would win both quarterfinals, win both semifinals, and win both finals against a very powerful alliance of 341, 254, and 78 to become champions of their division. One fact about the High Rollers, however, was that going into their division, they actually went 14-1. Why is that? In their very last match, qualification, which is very hard to see, they lost their last match 49-52, them 29-14 and 28-81, lost to 120, 14-77, and 244. Had they won that match, they would have gone into Einstein, and they even could have gone into Einstein finals, not losing a single match. And know how sad that would have been to have finished the season, the only matches they lost having been the Einstein finals. However, they would lose this match, and then the finals as well. Now we're going to move on to our Galileo division. If you did not know, the Galileo division was the one that won this all. The captain, like I said, was Team Spam out of Florida. They actually went to a lot of these teams who all were in the finals did come from this region and went to the same regionals. Starting off at the Orlando regional, they would rank 1st, pick teams 35-56 and 744. They would win in the quarterfinals, losing the first, winning the next 2, going on to the semis where they'd win both, and then lose to teams 86, 233, and 1592, becoming regional finalists. They would go on to the South Florida regional. They would rank 1st yet again, They would pick teams 1592 and 3627. They would win both quarterfinals, win both semis, win both finals, and become regional champions, as well as Industrial Design Award winners. Then they would go on to the Galileo division, where they would captain the number 4 alliance, being ranked 4th. They would need another team to pick, a good one, that being Raider Robotics. Raider Robotics was Team 25, a team who was no stranger to Einstein. This team would go on to the Orlando Regional first, where they would be ranked 7th and lose to that alliance I just mentioned with the pink team, getting in the rank 7th and getting out in the quarterfinals. On to their Lenape First Robotics District competition, Raider Robotics being part of a district system. They would be ranked 4th, be part of the number 1 alliance, being picked up by the captain, and then get out in the quarterfinals against the number 8. They would go on to the Mount Olive First Robotics District competition, where they would be ranked 3rd. Captains of the number 3 alliance picked teams 222 and 3929. They would win all 6 elims, upsetting in the finals and semis to become district champions. Then they would go on to the Mid-Atlantic Robotics First FRC Championship, where they would be picked by team 341, pick team 1640, and then go on to win this district championship, becoming regional winners in the process. Then they would go on to be picked, ranked 36th in the Galileo division. Finally, on to Baxter Bomb Squad, Team 16. They would be picked for the number 2 pick. They would start off at the Greater Kansas Regional. They would rank 4th, picked up by the number 1 alliance, and then win this competition, actually going 6-2 in the playoffs, clinging on for dear lives and winning it anyway. Going on to Midwest, this team would be ranked 1st, going 17-0 at this competition, winning this competition with 148 in 2022. Onto the Dallas East Regional, sponsored by JCPenney. They would be ranked 1st, pick teams 148 and 4090, picking 148 again, and they would win this yet again without losing a single match in the playoffs, becoming regional winners and Innovation Control Award winners. Onto the Galileo division, they would be ranked 27th, be picked up by this alliance, number 4, win in the quarters, win in the semis, win in the finals against an alliance 231, 744, and 1714. By 1 point in the second, they would lose, win the third, becoming division champions. Finally, we need to mention the Newton division. This Newton division would be captained by none other than 548 the Robo Stangs, out of the 1st Michigan District. Here they would start off at the Greater Toronto East Regional, where they would be knocked out as part of the number 8 alliance by 2056 and 1114 in the quarterfinals. Onto the Northfield First Robotics District competition. Here they would rank 3rd, be part of the number 1 alliance along with the hot team in 3656, win all playoff matches and becoming district champions as well as district chairman's winners. Onto the Troy First Robotics District. Here they would be part of the number 2 alliance along with 217 and 2604, almost winning this competition, going 4-2, losing against the number 1 alliance at 67, 469, and 244, becoming district finalists. On to the Michigan State Championship. They would be part of the number 2 alliance, teaming up with teams 2054 and 245. On to the finals, they would lose with the same 2 teams they had lost the last competition to, 469 and 67. On to the Newton division, they would be ranked 1st, and then pick the Robonauts. The Robonauts this year would start off at the Alamo Regional. They would rank 2nd, where here they would be part of the number 1 alliance along with teams 33, 25, and 488, winning both quarterfinals, however losing in the semis to an alliance of 148, 29, 36, and 922. On to the Northeast Utilities First Connecticut Regional. They'd be part of the number 1 alliance along with teams 2791 and 2168, very powerful alliance, even by that standard, and then they would go into the semifinals where they would be upset by 558, 2067, and 1071. On to the Lone Star Regional. Here they'd be ranked 3rd, be picked up by the number 1 alliance with teams 359, 118, and 1642, going 6-0 in the playoffs, becoming regional champions. Then they would go on to the Newton division, ranked 12th, be picked by 548, and then they would need to pick one more team, 2194 Fondy Fire. This team, who started in 2007, first went off to the Wisconsin Regional, where they were ranked 42nd, going 4-7, not being picked by an alliance. However, they would go on to the Newton division, where they would rank 80th and be picked up by this alliance. Now, how did this alliance do, you ask? Well, they won in the quarterfinals 2-0, won in the semifinals 2-0, and went into the finals where they beat an alliance of 330, 639, and 68, become champions. Now what you've all been waiting for, the Einstein Field. Now with the Einstein Field, let's see how the interdivisional playoffs went. First off, we had our Alliance of 2194, 118, and 548 against our Alliance of 1625 and 180. How did these matches go? Glad you asked. First off, the Alliance of 1625 and 180 would win 71 to 34, and the second would win 83 to 54, winning in blue and going on to the finals. Our second one would be between our Alliance of OP and 1114 against 233 and 207 and 987. In this match, they would lose the first match 104 to 56, 104 being the highest match score in all of Einstein, and then would lose the second match 83 to 61, with the Alliance 233, the pink team, 987, the high rollers, and 207 winning to become our next finalists. Now on to the Einstein finals. Finals match 1. With an alliance of Spam, Raider Robotics, and Bomb Squad, they would win the first match 89 to 45, becoming 987's first playoff loss of the season and second loss of the year. Second match, a little bit closer, 73 to 65, only 8 points away, where yet again the Alliance and Red Bumpers would win, with Spam, Raider Robotics, and Bomb Squad becoming our world champions of 2012, besting out the Alliance 987, losing only 3 matches in the year, 233 becoming a world finalist, and 207. Thank you all for watching. This has been the FRC Historian. If you have any ideas that you'd like me to cover, please let me know in the comment section.